guys, I'm here with week 5 in my 2020 Project Life album, and I'm working with the December kit from Kitaholics. So I've got lots of beautiful papers and things to play with, and I can't wait to show you. So I'm playing around with the placement of my photos. I've got some that are colour and some that are black and white, as you can see, and I want to create a bit of a balance there because the black and white 4x6 photos are quite heavy just because of that monotone quality that they have. So I want to spread them out a little bit and sort of intersperse the coloured ones among them. So I'm just sort of messing around with placement at the moment so that I can get it looking the way that I want. And obviously as that's something that you kind of alter as you go along. I've chosen these 3 papers from the kit to start with. I really wanted to use that pink one with the bees because I've got some pretty flowers in this spread and also some cookies down the bottom that have got like dried flowers and clover and stuff on them. And I thought the bees would kind of complement that. There's also that photo of Artie holding his new house plant. Yeah, that's kind of where I wanted to start. And then I've got the blue and sort of pale minty coloured ones that I think complement that pink really nicely. So that's kind of what I'm working with. I cut them up off screen, obviously, because that's, not super interesting. And then I've just placed those around the place. I've used each paper twice because I really wanted to let those papers like shine, I guess, because they're so lovely. So these stickers came in the kit as well. Obviously, everything I'm using is from the kit, I think, apart from like white cardstock, like basics. I think everything else is from the kit. And so I'm using these as my main embellishments. And I'm scattering them around the place. Again, I rarely work one card at a time when I'm doing Project Life. I usually choose a particular element like stickers or wood veneer or whatever, and then I'll sort of spread that out across the layout where I want it to go, and that helps me get a feel for the balance of the thing. Everyone works differently, but that's kind of how I work, and it does mean that it kind of can sometimes be a little bit look a little bit scattered, but there's a method to the madness, I promise. So yeah, I'm using these stickers all over the spread to embellish it, and there's a few phrase stickers in here that I really like, and I really liked this one that said home on it because this is such a cozy photo of Artie with our cats, and that's a very him photo. He's such a snuggly kid, and he likes to curl up on the bed with us and pat the cats and just be cozy and snug. So I definitely wanted to use that sticker, and it was quite big, so I just put it along the bottom and trimmed the bottom off, and that worked fine to make it fit in. That one says something about changes in the air, and I thought that was really appropriate because that is a photo of Sarah Jane going to her first day of work at her new school. She started at a new school this year. She's a high school teacher, so I thought that was a great little sticker for that spot. And then speaking of starting things, this is Artie's first day of school for 2020. I always take a picture of him with that little speech bubble chalkboard thing that's got the first day details on it, like lots of scrappy mums. It's kind of what I do. Little did we know it would be one of 3 first days of school this year with all the lockdowns and all that kind of stuff. We didn't know at the time, but yeah, I took 2, one sort of normal one and one silly one. And I'm using some washi tape that coordinates with the papers. Oh, that is something that didn't come in the kit. That's just out of my stash. Those are MT washies, and I get the pastel pastel set, and they tone in with like so many papers. They're just really, really nice. So that works quite well for this. These stickers are so pretty. They're from Rosie's Studio, and they're one of 2 sets of alphas that we got in the kit this month. And I'm just using those for like some mini titles around the place. So one's going to say cute and one's going to say crazy. And it just sort of fills up that space at the bottom nicely without me having to do actual journaling, because I don't have heaps to say about them that isn't said in the pictures. So I thought that like using the alphas in this way would be a nice alternative to filling that space with journaling. Because I've used those alphas here, I sort of wanted to use them in other places on the spread as well. So I'm writing Katie's name here on this little sticker because that's obviously our friend Katie, and with Artie there. And I'm not doing much journaling anywhere except on that typed up card where I went into a little bit more detail about the photos. So just adding some stickers around the place works. So you can see I'm just showing you this little piece of cardstock. It's actually not cardstock, it's the packaging from the embellishment stickers that I was using before, and it's got a really pretty pattern on it. So I'm actually going to cut it up and use it as a filler card. And I'm noticing that with a bunch of designers at the moment, well, not at the moment, some of them have always done it, but like they use like pretty scalloped edges or nice printed patterns on their packaging. And that means that you can cut it up and use it, because why not? It's going to go to waste otherwise, and it's lovely. So yeah, that fills up that little spot nicely. And now I'm looking for some more embellishments. I just want to fill up some of these pattern paper cards, but not too much. I just want to add a little bit of something to a couple of them. So I want to put that circular die cut there that says "This is what matters" on that navy coloured card with the spots, but I want to give it something to rest on because it looks like it's sort of floating a little bit there. So I thought I would use the washi, but because washi isn't fully opaque, when you put it on something dark, it does change the colour quite a lot, or when you put it on anything really, but particularly dark things. So I'm putting it on some cardstock first, some white cardstock, and then I'm trimming it, and then I will just stick it down with double-sided tape. So you get that washi effect. I'm going to tear the ends as well so it looks a little bit rough, and emphasises the fact that it's tape. Yeah, you get the washi effect, but you get the full colour that it is. So I'm just going to do that and sort of lean into washi as an embellishment to complement these beautiful papers. So yeah, I'm going to stack 2 on this one because it's a bit bigger. And then I'm going to put that one that says "Hi" there. I'm going to end up putting it back on that white piece with the little ferns on it. So that looks pretty good. And I like the way that the washi stack complements that sticker down on the bottom right as well, because it's got a similar kind of shape to it. So now I'm just going to do a quick title card, and I've got that really big die cut that came in the die cut set that we got with the kit, and I think it's like nice and bold, and I think it stands out nicely against those bees. It's a reasonably busy paper, so it needs something that's got a fair bit of visual interest to it to stand out. So I'm going to use that for my title card, and then I'm going to again use that washi to give it something to rest on. And then I'll grab one of the stickers off the sticker sheet and use that to stamp my dates on in a minute. It's not quite big enough for my dates, but I'm just going to go over the end because I like that messy look, particularly with stamping. I just think it looks cute. So yeah, this is just me adhering things where I want them to go. I really like this pink. It's so pretty. It's like, it's not pastel, but it's not too bright either. It's a really nice kind of shade. I'm into it. So yeah, it's a really simple title card. Just get some tape and stick that on there. This is such a fun kit. Because it's December, I was sort of thought we would be getting more Christmas stuff, but we're getting Christmas stuff from everywhere else, and it's actually really refreshing to get a kit that's just that we can use for our everyday stories in December as well, or use for going back like this that I'm doing with week 5, like going back in our albums, because December isn't always necessarily about Christmas, particularly if you don't celebrate Christmas, because not everyone does. But yeah, I really like this set. And again, especially that's the fun of having an Australian kit, because here we're in high summer and these colours are really lovely and sort of bright and summery, particularly those pinks, and some of the other papers in the kit as well, which you don't see here, but you'll see in future videos. And yeah, a lot of the time, those of us in the Southern Hemisphere are dealing with like lots of supplies that are about winter and snow and snowmen and snowflakes and being cozy, and that's lovely, but it's not super relevant to what we're doing right now. So it's really fun to get a kit that's not about that in December. So I've had a lot of fun with this one. It's really great. Because I've got those stickers, those alpha stickers, on 2 places, I did want to put them in a 3rd place. So I'm using a tiny little bit of this this little mint coloured washi tape that I tore off the end of one of the bigger parts that I used on a different card, and I'm just going to put it here on this photo that I took of myself, also known as a selfie. And I'm just going to put the word "hi" on there just to create a 3rd space for it, because I like it when things are in 3s, like many people do. It just kind of seems to look more balanced. So that's going on there. And then there was a little sticker on the sheet that said mugshot, and I thought that was appropriate because I'm looking a bit scruffy and, well, it's just kind of how I roll. So I'm just going to add a little embellishment onto this one, which is another piece from the die cut pack, and I'm sticking that on with glue. I don't know why I chose glue over double-sided tape, probably because it was what my hand landed on first. And now I'm going to put my stamping on like I was talking about before. Put that there. Some weeks I use the week number, and some weeks I use the date, and some weeks I use both, and it just totally depends on what I think will look best on the card. And I don't aim for any kind of consistency there. I just use what seems right at the time. And that's the spread. Thanks for sticking with me through this rambly little video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you check out Kitaholics because the kits are awesome, particularly if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, but also, just if you like them regardless. And yeah, I'll talk to you again really soon. Bye.